Every morning, the same dog walked to the same empty house, and waited. The first time Daniel noticed the dog, it was raining. Not the kind of rain that fell gently, this rain came down in sheets, soaking the quiet neighborhood of Maple Street. Daniel pulled his jacket tighter as he walked home from work, stepping carefully around puddles forming along the sidewalk. That's when he saw him. A golden-brown dog sat perfectly still in front of a small blue house at the end of the street. The dog wasn't hiding from the rain. He wasn't barking or pacing. He was just waiting. Daniel slowed down. "Hey, buddy," he called softly. The dog turned his head but didn't move from the porch. His eyes were calm, patient, and strangely hopeful. Daniel looked at the house. The windows were dark. The mailbox was full. The garden was overgrown with weeds. No one had lived there for months. Yet the dog sat like someone would open the door at any second. Daniel hesitated, then continued walking home. The next morning, the dog was still there. And the morning after that. And the one after that. The neighborhood slowly began to notice. Mrs. Patel from across the street placed a bowl of water near the sidewalk. Someone else left a blanket on the porch. Children whispered stories about the waiting dog. But the dog never left the porch for long. Every day, he returned to the same spot by the door. Every evening, he curled up beside it. Waiting. One afternoon, Daniel finally walked up to the porch. "Where's your owner?" he asked gently. The dog wagged his tail once, slow and hopeful, then looked back at the door. Daniel knocked. Nothing. He tried the doorbell. Silence. The dog sat down again. Daniel sighed. "All right," he said. "I'll come back tomorrow." The dog watched him leave. Days turned into weeks. The dog's routine never changed. Morning, sit by the door. Afternoon, wander the yard. Evening, curl up on the porch. Then return again the next day. As if time had stopped. One evening, Daniel asked Mrs. Patel about the house. "Oh, that's Mr. Harrison's place," she said. "He passed away in the hospital 3 months ago." Daniel froze. "And the dog?" Mrs. Patel looked out the window. "That's Buddy. He doesn't understand." That night, Daniel couldn't stop thinking about the dog. 3 months. 3 months of waiting. For someone who would never come home. The next morning, Daniel brought food. Buddy wagged his tail politely, ate quickly, and returned to the door. Still waiting. Always waiting. Some dogs remember love longer than humans remember promises. Daniel began visiting every day. At first, just to bring food. Then to sit. Then to talk. Buddy never barked or demanded attention. He simply stayed close to the door. One afternoon, Mrs. Patel brought an old photo album. "I thought you should see this," she said. Inside were pictures of an elderly man with white hair and kind eyes. And Buddy. Puppy photos. Park walks. Birthday hats. Sleeping on the couch. "Mr. Harrison adopted him from a shelter 8 years ago," she said. Daniel turned the pages slowly. He used to say Buddy saved his life after his wife passed away. Mrs. Patel explained what happened. Mr. Harrison had collapsed one morning. Paramedics took him away. Buddy ran after the ambulance until it disappeared. He returned to the house later that evening. And waited. The hospital kept Mr. Harrison for 2 weeks. Buddy never stopped returning to the porch. When Mr. Harrison passed away, no one knew what to do with the dog. Animal services tried to take him once. Buddy escaped and ran back. They tried again. Same result. Eventually, they gave up. "He belongs to that house," Mrs. Patel said. Daniel looked at Buddy lying by the door. You really believe he's coming back, don't you? Buddy's tail thumped once against the wood. Winter approached. The nights grew colder. Daniel built a small wooden shelter beside the porch and filled it with blankets. Buddy slept there. But every morning, he returned to the door. One evening, Daniel whispered something he didn't expect to say. "You can't wait forever." Buddy lifted his head. Daniel's voice cracked. "He's not coming back." Buddy walked to Daniel and gently placed his head on Daniel's knee. It felt like the dog understood. But still. The next morning, Buddy returned to the door. Snow fell heavily one night. Daniel rushed to the blue house at sunrise. Buddy was curled tightly in the shelter, shivering. That was the moment Daniel decided. "You're coming home with me," he said. Buddy didn't resist. For the first time, he left the porch willingly. Daniel prepared everything. A warm bed. Food bowls. Toys. Buddy explored the apartment slowly. For a moment, Daniel thought it might work. Buddy lay down on the rug. Closed his eyes. Slept. But at dawn, Buddy was gone. The front gate was open. Daniel ran down Maple Street. Buddy sat on the porch. Waiting. Daniel sat beside him. "You really won't give up, will you?" Buddy leaned against him. Days passed like this. Buddy would stay with Daniel at night. Return to the house in the morning. Always back to the door. Then one day, something changed. A car pulled into the driveway. Two strangers stepped out. They were holding paperwork. Daniel's stomach dropped. The new owners were kind. A young couple expecting a baby. They had legally purchased the house. They didn't know about Buddy. But they understood quickly. Buddy refused to leave the porch. The couple didn't force him. Instead, they placed a soft mat beside the door. "He can stay as long as he wants," the woman said. Renovations began. The garden was cleaned. Windows opened again. Lights returned to the house. Life returned. But Buddy still waited. Then one afternoon, the woman sat beside him. She showed him the old photo album Mrs. Patel had given Daniel. Buddy sniffed it. His tail moved slowly. Then he lay down. For the first time. Not facing the door. Daniel watched from across the street. Tears filled his eyes. Spring arrived. Buddy stopped visiting the porch every morning. Instead, he visited once a week. Then once a month. Then only when Daniel walked him there. One warm evening, Buddy walked to the porch alone. He sat at the door one last time. The new owners watched quietly from inside. After a few minutes, Buddy stood up. He turned around. And walked away. He never returned again. Buddy lived 3 more happy years with Daniel. Long walks. Soft beds. Warm nights. He grew slower. Grayer. Gentler. On Buddy's final day, Daniel sat beside him. "You waited long enough," he whispered. Buddy's tail moved once. Just once. Then he rested his head. Peacefully. Daniel buried him under a maple tree in the park where Mr. Harrison once walked him. Beside the grave, Daniel placed the photo album. And sometimes, when the wind moved through Maple Street, it sounded like a dog's tail gently thumping against a wooden porch. Still loving. Still loyal. Forever waiting.